Hey there, today we're going to be looking at circumferences and then arcs of circles as well. Alright, so many of you already know what circumference is, but let's just recap with a quick definition. Circumference is just the distance around the outside of a whole circle, and we use this formula. Circumference equals 2 times pi times by r. Pretty simple. I think most people have seen that before. But we also have a new definition here, and that's what's called arc length. And arc length is very similar to circumference, but instead of going around the whole circle, we just have a section of it. So an arc length is just the length of a section around the outside of a circle. Alright, we basically have two things we need to do when we are finding the arc length. We first have to find the percent of the circle that our angle is. So this should be angle divided by 360 right here, not 300. So please fix that in your notes if you wrote down 300. We have to find the percent that our angle is of the whole circle. So we just take whatever our angle is and we divide it by 360. Now, once we get that, we have to multiply that percent by the circumference. So we're going to take basically the length all the way around, which is the circumference here, and multiply it by the percent of the circle that we're actually using. Let's take a look at how this happens in an example problem. Alright, so we're asked to find the arc length here, and we're given a diagram. We've got this 8 right here, which is our radius of the circle, and we've got this 70 degrees, which is the angle that we're looking at for our arc. So our angle is 70 degrees. And our radius is 8. So if we want to figure out the percent that our angle is of the whole circle, we need to take 70 divided by 360. And if I use my calculator to do this part right here, I should get 1.9444444. We're just going to round that to 1.94. Oh, sorry, 0.194, not 1.94, 0.194. So this here is our percent, basically the same thing as 19.4%. Now we also need to figure out the circumference of the circle. So we need to figure out the distance around the whole circle, and then we'll multiply it with our percent here. So if you remember, circumference is 2 times pi times r. And we know that our radius is 8, so I'm going to plug in an 8 right here. Once again, using my calculator for this, 2 times pi times 8. And we get 50.265, which I'm going to go ahead and round to 3 decimal places. .265. So now, to find the arc length right here, so this 50.265 is the distance all the way around the circle here. But I just need this distance right here. I just need this distance right here. I don't need the whole thing. So I'm going to multiply the whole distance times by my percent, and that'll just give me this little section right there. So 50.265 times by 0.94. And I should get 9.751 if I round to 3 decimal places. And so this right here would be our answer. That's the length of the arc. If this were a word problem, then you'd have your units like feet or inches or meters or whatever. But since we're not told what the unit is, we can just leave this as 9.75.